Welcome to this session of Managing Your Online Presence, a closer look at Google, Yelp, and Alignable, with a large list of many others that you should be aware of, but we won't be talking about today. My name is Janice Means. My business is called Marketing with JR. Prior to COVID-19, I spent time with in-person marketing strategies to complement your online presence. The offline strategies we used were trade shows, networking, and such. We would audit your online presence to make sure that it would complement your offline strategies. Given COVID-19, I've had to pivot my own business, and now I'm back to focusing on online strategies, hence the conversation about your online presence. There are so many areas where your business and your own personal profiles are shared online. But where do you start? Today, we're going to start with Google, Yelp, and Alignable. If you're a restaurant, you should also look into Grubhub, Uber Eats, DoorDash, Postmates, and possibly Caviar. A number of these, specifically Google and Yelp, actually create your presence without your permission. If you have a physical location with an address, they will create a profile for you, which you need to claim so that you can maintain it from that point on. So what is important about Google? One of the things it tells you, it's a Google business listing, by the way, is it tells you what the address it is, what your hours are for today, and if you can see the drop down here, if you click on that, it will also give you the hours for the rest of the week. Your hours must sync with either your website or your Facebook profile. The next thing would be the phone number that you can reach the business at, a link to the website, directions, and if you want to save the entry. Also, you'll see here in the map, you'll see a red pin. It's called a pin. That red is where the actual location is. If you have access to your Google listing, you can actually place that pin. So if you're in a unit that has multiple sections but the same address, in this case, we were unit C, but the unit C was behind A and B, we were able to take and move this pin back behind so that people could find the address. And the last thing there you'll find are reviews. We will talk about reviews when we talk about Yelp, treating them fairly much the same with Google and Yelp, but you do need to manage them in both places. The next thing with Google and your online presence, I searched on fully promoted again, just to show you that multiple listings will come up and show you closest to your location. You'll see multiple red pins as to where locations are in the area. And then I picked Schaumburg location because I wanted you to see right here, own this business. If you see this on your entry, this is how you will claim your business entry. So what about Yelp? Why is Yelp important? Again, Yelp creates an entry for you based on your physical address, physical location, and you want to claim that so that you can control some of the information that's published. Otherwise, they take customer suggestions and edits, which may or may not be accurate. The one reason I personally am not a fan of Yelp is if you do not pay for advertising on Yelp, their algorithm seems to lean in favor of negative reviews over positive reviews. Yelp will insist that that's not the case. However, I have been both a paid subscriber and a non-paid subscriber. And when I was non-paid, the negative reviews seemed to be favored over the positive reviews. That's been true for most of the people I know that I've worked with on Yelp. Again, just claim your listing so that you can rebut or comment on the reviews when they happen. In both the case of Google and Yelp, you cannot delete any reviews, but you can comment and respond. So on another thing with Yelp, you'll see here, there's a Yelp review. In this case, it was a positive review, and I just went in and thanked the customer for the positive review. It's good to make a habit to respond to both positive and negative reviews so that your future customers are not swayed by the fact that you only respond to negative reviews or you only rebut negative reviews and only care if they're negative. I have had negative reviews in the past, and when I responded, I actually thanked the person for the negative review because they were complaining that we didn't do a service that we didn't offer. It was a true fact. We had a future customer come in and say, because I responded to the negative review is why they chose to be our customer. So it is valuable, and that's true for both Google and Yelp. Another thing to point out, while you don't have places to comment about your business too much within Yelp or Google, you can create photos, and those photos then can be displayed to comment about your business. In this case, we were leaning towards we wanted to be appointment only, and Yelp hours didn't allow us to do this, so I created an entry that said we were appointment only. So that's a thing to consider too, is what do I need to say to my customers? Can I create a photo to do that? And if that's something you don't know how to do, we can help you. On our last topic here, we're going to talk about Alignable. So Alignable is more about business to business. So if you're a business to consumer, your audience is not going to be in Alignable because they're really trying to get only business owners in there. And the free version is only for a local area. I don't know the exact region or the local area because it could depend on, Chicago's a bigger area than a suburb. But they will restrict you on how far you can reach out. If you're business to business and your reach is nationwide, it might be valuable to go ahead and pay for the premium view. But one of the things they do is, just like LinkedIn, when you sign in, they want to say, oh, and let me look at all your email addresses. So what's going to happen is if you allow them to do it, it's going to send an email request to everybody in your email list that says, hey, join Alignable, whether or not that person owns a business or not. I don't know if you used LinkedIn or were a member of LinkedIn. LinkedIn used to do the same thing in the past. And every email address you had, it would send out to request those people to join LinkedIn. Alignable does the same thing. So those of you who are getting lots of requests and say, this isn't right for my business, just ignore the requests and go from there. I hope that helped you understand those 3 tools and give you oversight of why they're valuable to you and how you can use them. I've made an offer. The first 5 people, I should say first 5 businesses, I will do a 2-hour online audit free, no charge, and give you a report and finding and recommendations. It will not necessarily be all encompassing depending on how big your business is. I just will spend 2 hours, and what I find, I'll tell you what's good that I found, what needs to be fixed that I found, and how you could possibly fix it. With that, you can send me an email to request@marketingwithjr.com. Say, hey, I hope I want the 2 free hours, and I will get back to you and let you know, and then review what the name of your business is, if you're doing it as a DBA or your corporate name or your LLC. So we make sure we search on all those topics. With that, I thank you for your time, and here's the next presenter. Thank you.